Welcome back. We've got episode 5 of the monthly Fryerning XL Carp blog to share with you. And as last time and every time before it, it's a bit of a showstopper. Now, would you believe it, it's the first bank holiday in May, and it's Friday afternoon. We're sat by the side of the main lake in the famous point swims, and there's no doubt that it's personally my favourite time of the year, and there's no doubt it's the best time of the year to be on the bank. We've got a bit of an aerial regatta going on above us from the local airport, so if you hear a few planes go over, that's from that. But what can I tell you? There's about 3 people on the main lake on Friday afternoon, a bank holiday weekend. I wish I was fishing myself. The lake is absolutely resplendent. It's the clearest I've seen it ever since I've known the lake. You can see down a good way, so the fish, should you catch them, are going to look quite incredible. The surrounding fauna is as verdant as ever. Everything is blooming. Could do with a bit more rain, and I'm sure if we got some it would absolutely explode, but it's green, it's lush, it's fresh, it's early enough in the year, there's no mosquitoes. There's no doubt this is the best time of the year to be on the bank. The carp are fat, the carp are hungry, and they're there to be caught. Not just on here, but on all 3 lakes. Down on the valley at the moment, there's only a couple of people fishing down there, and I don't think anyone's on the car park. So if you want to get down and make the most of some incredible opportunities, now is your time. As we look around the lake, as you can see, as always, it's immaculate. The guys have been putting in enormous amounts of work, keeping everything pristine for you guys to enjoy. And the carp, they've been doing their bit as well. Take this, last April, so 2018, there were 17 recorded captures from the main lake. This year, for the same month, there's been 50 carp caught, and there's been some absolute monsters among those as well. Starting off on the main lake, it's great to see that a lot of the fish that have been stocked by the management guys are really coming on in leaps and bounds, and that's one of the reasons why there are more bites on the main lake, not just from the newer fish, which are gaining weight at incredible rates, but also from the bigger, older fish. And as we often see in other fisheries around the country, when newer fish are introduced, it does spur the bigger fish to get a little bit more competitive, and the end benefit is a payoff for everybody, including the fish, as they get more bait as well. 2 guys who have been members down here for a very, very long time, Steve and his son Elliot Bertram. They've been well known for doing extremely well down on the tough, at times, Valley Lake. They've really sort of carved out a reputation for themselves fishing down there. Well, they've moved on to the big lake. I think they fished it maybe up here for a couple of years now, because I remember them catching good fish last year from the main lake. But they had a great session on here in April, fishing as a pair, working really, really hard at their angling. 2 very, very good anglers. They had 5 fish between them out of the royal box, up to 40 pound 15 ounces. Nice bit of weighing, and that was a massive, great mirror. So some amazing fish from those guys. Very, very good angling as always, chaps. Over the years, I've often referred to Fryerning as the theatre of dreams, and that's really proven itself as a statement through April, where 11 different anglers have smashed their PBs. That's quite a feat, really. You know, as you get older and you fish for more and more years, PBs come along less and less frequently. So 11 different people getting their best in 1 month is quite an amazing statistic, I think. 7 of those have come from the main lake. One guy who's been a member for quite a long time down here, Chris Rutt, he caught one of the most notable fish in the lake, the nun, at an absolutely immense weight of 49 pounds and 4 ounces. So well done to you, sir. You caught that fish out from the Lion, fishing boilies, and I'm sure you'll agree the fish looks absolutely immense, and one that is very much on the munch, likely to show up anywhere at any time, and an incredible looking fish that is destined to even greater weights of that, I'm sure. Well done, Chris. Certainly one of the most striking looking fish residing in the main lake is the immaculate Zip Linear. John Basili was very, very fortunate to make that sound like it was a lucky capture, John. Didn't mean it like that. It's just a fish that everyone would like to catch. And to catch that fish at an amazing weight of 39 pounds and bracing it with another fish of 22 pound is a very, very top result. No one actually noticed the teabagging, so we can let you... Sorry about... Andrew Smith has been a member for a little while now, and he used to fish down the Valley Lake where he did very, very well and quite often got into the catch reports. Well, Andrew's moved up onto the main lake, and on a recent session he braced the Dalmatian with the very sought after and gorgeous Charlie at a weight of 39 pounds. I haven't seen Andrew down here recently, but the guys tell me that after catching that brace he was bouncing off the walls with joy and happiness, so well done to you, mate, brilliant. One of the most noted areas for action over the last month or two at the main lake has been the point, and one guy who did well there, Scott Saunders, who caught the very, very old and marvellous looking 4-scale at a weight of 42 pounds. Not only was that Scott's first ever 40-pound carp, but caught it on his 40th birthday as well. Happy birthday and well done. Dan Haselton is a member who doesn't get an awful lot of time at his disposal, but he managed a few days and certainly made the most of them on the main lake, bracing a pair of mid-30s, one a mirror and one a common at an amazing 35 pound and 14 ounces, which was also a PB. Keep them coming, fella. There are a few grass carp in the main lake, some of which go over 40 pounds, but they don't get caught an awful lot. Matt Naylor did get one of them to succumb to one of his traps recently when he caught a personal best 33 pound grassy. They're not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm sure you'll agree they're quite magnificent looking fish. Well done, Matt. Now, I would say the best fish in the main lake, and I think probably quite a lot of people would agree, is the incomparable Mommon. Very, very few commons anywhere. And probably there isn't a common like that anywhere in the country, and certainly a fish I would like to acquaint myself with at some point. It came out right at the end of April to the rods of Julian Morphew, and he caught that fish at a weight of 47 pounds. I've just seen the pictures myself and it looks absolutely mind-blowing. Beautiful shaped head, underslung mouth, beautiful colour. What a carp that is. Well done to you, Julian. Personal best, fantastic result. Some of you might have raised an eyebrow at the weight, 47 pound. Now, a couple of the fish in the last few days or last week or two have shown slight weight losses, and the management think, and I would agree, that some of the fish have had a bit of a spawn. Simon Scott, one of my best friends, who's a very eminent fish scientist, he's had fish spawning. He said he's never seen it this early. Now, Bank Holiday Easter weekend was the hottest for 70 years, and that seemed to have been the catalyst for a lot of fish to get a bit of leg over. So the Mommon just down a little bit of weight, the Germ a tiny bit as well, shows that they've had a little go, which is very healthy and very good for the fish. So certainly when they've got that out their system, they always want a bit of a munch. So it's maybe led to the Mommon coming out when Julian caught it. But whichever way you look at it, doesn't come out very often. An incredible fish. Well done to you, Julian. Now, the best catch of the month has to go to Simon Lincoln. Simon's a gold digger or a gold miner or something from Suffolk. I don't think there's that much gold in Suffolk. Maybe that's why Simon's down here quite a lot. But Simon had an amazing result with 2 fish for, wait for it, 102 pounds. 2 carp, not 3, not 4, but just 2 fish, making it, I'm sure, one of the heaviest braces ever recorded in the UK. Simon caught the Germ at 53 pound 14 ounces and the Nun at a fraction under 48 pounds. What a brace of fish. Well done, mate, absolutely amazing. I was driving up to Norfolk a week or two ago and I bumped into Simon Davey at a petrol pump in Suffolk somewhere, and Simon was very chipper. Had a little chat with him, and he had just left Fryerning, was on his way back home, having had another good session. I've said it before, Simon's a very accomplished old school angler. I used to call him the trawler man back in the days when he was on the circuit, and just got distracted there. Sort of carp just slid out of the water, out the corner of my eye. Makes me want to get the rods out. So of those 3 different 30s being the bigger of his fish, one of which was an unknown, unnamed mirror carp. So it shows there's still a few surprises, not just the stocked fish that have gone in that are newer, but there's some older fish that have been around for a long time that don't get caught very much at all. Good effort, Simon. I know you probably caught almost all the fish in here. Hope you get all the ones you want soon. I'm sure it won't be long. Nice one. Other notable captures to come from the main lake in the month of April were Jim Buffoni. Jim had 3 fish, including the amazing XL Pex at just over 43 pounds. What a fish that is. Ian Holman bagged the lovely Whinger at 40 pound 11 ounces, one of my favourite fish in the lake. Those tiny little spangled scales over its rear end. A really nice carp, that one. Jamie Sharp bagged the Zip Linear at 40 pounds and 2 ounces, and Lincoln Slater bagged a 41-pound mirror. What a month it's been. So of course there's too many fish to mention. We've shown you some of the most notable ones, but there's a fair few others as well. You all feature on the roll call of glory. Well done to every single one of you, and here's a little taste of the other fish that have come out from the main lake this month. Of course, not to be outshone by the main lake, the valley and car park have been producing plenty of fish. No fewer than 4 different PBs to anglers fishing down on the valley. The first of which, kicking off the month of April, was Connor Ward, who caught an amazing looking 27.5-pound linear from the slab swim. Connor used the mainline baits that we stock on site at the fishery, and a great capture for you. Well done, sir. We've got a little spring shower just drifted over, so we've thrown the brollies up, but we're going to carry on undeterred. Staying with the Valley Lake, York Stevens had a personal best again, 30-pound common, 30-pound 8 ounces no less. Absolutely amazing fish. Fishing with his good mate Kane, they doubled up, had a little social. York backed it up with a 24-pounder as well, lovely scaly fish, and Kane chipped in with a 20-pounder. So very, very good catch. I mean, the valley has its moments, but it can be testing, so a great trio of fish there to you guys. Good effort. Another angler getting amongst the Valley Lake 30-pounders was Jake Bryan. Fishing with his dad Darren, Jake caught a personal best 32-pound 4-ounce fish, which, well, judge for yourselves guys, what an incredible looking creature that was. He caught another one as well, so a brace of fish, and his dad Darren chipped in with a catfish. So all in all, happy anglers. Talking of happy anglers, Steve Waple was certainly one of those, catching a personal best again with a fish just under 25-pound. Beautiful mirror carp, I'm sure you guys will agree. Keep them coming, Steve, great effort. Rick Neighbour weighed in with a cracking looking 32-pound Valley Lake mirror carp, and again there's just far too many fish to mention, so here's a roll call. Feast your eyes on these beauties. One thing that I really love to see, and I know the management really are pleased to see down at Fryerning, is the resurgence of new blood coming into the sport. And there's always been a lads and dads element down at Fryerning, and another carp just rolled out. I'm getting really distracted, I want to get the rods out there, rolling out there. The lads and dads element really sort of made itself known over the Easter break. Lots of family, father and son, and father and daughter fishing going on, which is so important. And it's I didn't get to do it with my dad, which is a bit of a regret of mine, but time spent fishing with your dad or with your son or with your daughter is very special indeed. And there's few better places that you can do it, because Fryerning is so secure. You've got showers and toilets, and of course with the car park lake being such a realistic prospect just for a day session, you know, you could come down and catch a few doubles, maybe even your first 20. So really great place to come and do that. I've just seen a 40 and a 30-pounder come out once. Nick and Luca Payne have been clients of mine now going back probably over a year, and been down to the car park lake with them a fair few times. Luca's a smashing lad, really good angler, and you know, we started off with a few tutorials showing them the ropes and so on, but they've been let loose now and they're going around that lake catching hand over fist, not only numbers of carp but big tench as well, and quite often they'll WhatsApp me a few pictures over, and they've been catching again this month. Great to see, guys, well done. I've had the pleasure of meeting Mark and Finn Richardson down here a few times. Father and son duo, do very well on the car park, and they've been flitting over between from the valley and the car park getting plenty of bites. So good effort, guys, look forward to seeing you again soon. The car park lake has always been a great place to nip over and get your confidence levels back up, try your new bait, use your rigs, make sure everything's working nicely, and then go back on to the other harder lakes. I've done that myself, and and it's a lot of fun as well. One angler who did that recently was Jake Bryan, and before he caught his personal best from the valley, he nipped over onto the car park and in 24 hours had 11 carp up to 17 pounds. If that doesn't get you full of confidence, I don't know what will. And as I said, he went back across and caught a personal best from the valley. So a great facility to be able to do that. Another angler, Ben Adkins, caught a 22 pound common from the lake, and I remember when I saw a picture of that, I thought, wow, that's very plump and big, you know, that's a good fish for the car park lake. So the fish in there are coming on very, very well. As I said, a realistic chance of catching a 20 pounder. So what more could you want, you know, getting your string pulled? I quite often go over there, and if you just want action all day from beautiful looking carp, then the car park lake is the one for you. With all of these fish coming out from the 3 lakes and looking so plump and in fine fettle, some of that is down to the bait the guys are putting in, but also the feeding program from the management, which continues. A couple of ton of pellet has been delivered, and the management have been putting a bit of a dent in that, so the fish are getting a good feed. If you want to buy the pellets which are being fed to the fish, then you can get those from the lodge. And don't forget that the freezer is fully stocked with very, very good quality, some would say the finest bait around, from mainline baits as well. So you can get that from the lodge whenever you need it. So now the season is in full swing, the biosecurity measures come back into play. All of the fish care equipment is provided by the fishery and must be used by you guys. So there's no need to bring slings, mats or nets. Use the ones that are provided. Please return them to the station that you got them from. Please look after them and make sure they're clean and put back and stored correctly. They're for your benefit and of course for the fish's benefit, and we want to see them looked after. Just to finish off, again, the guys have been working their socks off, and it is so evident. As soon as you step onto the premises, you can see the strimming, the planting, the watering, everything else. It looks like there's 100 Percy throwers that work down here. So that's done for the benefit of you guys to enjoy. So enjoy your fishing down here, and I look forward to seeing you soon, and I'll certainly see you next month for part 6. Where does time go?